Well, well, well. Let's talk about this week, guys. Just so we know the things that I have to say, because there's a lot to say. I don't know, I'm looking over there. That's myself. And you can also see what's going on. What's going on with my hair? What's going on? Anyways, you guys aren't here for all that. There's a lot. If y'all haven't already known, there's a lot going on in my high school life. There's a lot of things that are happening within the first 2 weeks of school, first 3 weeks of school, and things aren't, how should we put this? Things aren't going the way they want them. They need them to go. Okay, that's the only way I can put this. And just so, and all the people who've already seen my story on Instagram, my close friends, so people who I'm not close friends with, I'm sorry, you will never see, but you will see what they got to see. This right here is, I don't know if you can fully tell, but this is the list of things that I'm going to talk about the school and about just everything. I don't know if you can read it. I'm trying to do the best I can to focus it, but that's everything. There are about 11 talking points. Some of them have like the three. They go to like 1A, 1B. There's a lot less, but nonetheless, there are still a lot of things I need to talk about. But first, before we get into all of that, hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. I'm disappointed a lot with things going on, but it's fine because we're here now. Okay, so I guess we should just get straight into the things. And also, just for little disclaimer warning, I don't care what y'all do with this. Y'all can go to the principal. Y'all can go to the school and go tell Kimberly, Heather, Dawn. Y'all can go tell them that I made this video and I'll own up to it. Everything I say in this video, and just so there's no liability, may or may not be true. The people who go to my school, the people who follow me and know me, and we all go to the same school together, it's if it's right or wrong. Just a little warning, little spoiler, most of the stuff I'm talking about is 98% true. We'll see our 2%. Those are just stuff that I think that are allegedly. Those are just the alleged stuff that I think that are just going around. But most of the stuff I'm going to be telling you guys about is 100%, without a doubt, may or may not be true. That's just so they don't do anything to me. If y'all don't see me in the next week or so, they killed me. That's the best way I can put it. They definitely killed me. But shall we go over it? We'll start with talking point number one. The portables. So, to people who don't know what a portable is, and we're not talking about the toilets, but that's part of the problem. That's another thing. Ooh, I didn't get to write that down, but we'll talk about that. The portables is a gigantic room-like structure that can be ported to one place to another. Hence portables, because it can be ported to another place to another. That's what a portable is. In school terms, these portables are used to do numerous amount of things, whether closed closets, storage units, or holding classes in. Unfortunately for us, it was the third option, holding classes in. Our principal, and also I will not be name dropping anyone. I just feel like that should be I'm not name dropping anyone. I feel like that's a bit, especially with no consent. I'm not name dropping anyone. But if you know, you know. Okay, so the principal, right, of our school told us that there were gonna be portables stationed right behind the campus that we originally were housed in. Right, I say housed like we're a bunch of animals, but it's true. And those portables were supposed to be built in July. Okay. The thing here are the conflicting issues with that already. The field that was cleared out, and there is a big field that is right behind the school, right? was cut, and it was cut about 4-ish, 5-ish months in the past before it was already built, which means they already had cut down all the grass, done all the stuff. There's just a gigantic box of just mowed grass, and it was just there for a long time. Then, you know, the summer comes. Portables are start being built. My girlfriend sends me a lot of screenshots, a lot of pictures of the portables in their current states. In fact, if you pass the school, you would see that the portables are slowly appearing. This is during July or during June. July, more portables start coming in, and next thing you know, school starts. In the first 2 weeks of school, so Monday, or not Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the rest went Monday through Friday. Those 2 weeks we were still in the building. Why? Because the portables were not done yet. That's the first conflicting issue. The portables were not done. And this is a big thing because they had told us that the portables were supposed to be built way, way long ago before we even stepped foot on the campus. They were not built. One of 20,000 empty promises that they have given us. What's the other 20,000? I'll tell you. So, with these portables came a big, great pile of chaos and problems. What were the problems? What were the chaos? Well, I'll tell you one of them. One of them was, for the first period of school this week on Monday, my friends of friends, and friends of friends of friends, which means juniors, sophomores, freshmen. I was going to say seniors. We're not there yet. Next year we will be. That's the thought. But some people had to go wait out there. Fortunately for me, my first period is a college class, which means I got to go into the original building. But for the ones who didn't have a college class on the first period, they had to sit outside in the blazing heat for 90 minutes. And I could hear their screams. No, that's not an over-exaggeration. I could literally hear people screaming outside. That was either just them having fun or, actually just screaming because of the pure torture of the sun. Whichever one you want it to be, doesn't really matter. What matters is the fact that they were waiting out there for a long time. And I don't know if the school knows this or not, but some people wear pants to school. Some by choice, many not. There's a lot of people at the school who have certain religions. That means that they can't really show a whole lot of skin, which means they can't wear shorts to school. And the fact that it's 100 and something degrees outside, that's only bad enough. Especially if some people, shorts or pants or whatever, are not so, used to the sun, such as me or some other people. I bet people were drenched in sweat. So that's just the first thing. Second thing is no Wi-Fi. And this is actually point number 9. But this goes with the portable stuff. There's no Wi-Fi in that building whatsoever. No Wi-Fi. And I'm like, oh my god, no Wi-Fi. Just do it the old-fashioned way. That's not the point. The point is, what I've documented from several people is they had family members to call. Several family members to call. I remember there's actually a whole lot of people who were trying to call parents, but guess what? They couldn't because there was no service. We're in the middle of a field. There's no internet, which means we're basically stranded. So if something were to happen, if say, and God forbid, if a family member were to die, you wouldn't be able to pick it up because guess what? Your phone doesn't have any internet. And you know what makes it funnier? Is that the office are inside the original building while we had no internet. And the argument for that might be, oh, okay, that's just so they have internet. Okay, that's cool and all, but it's just strange to me that they were supposed to be kicked out of that building. And they will, trust me, they will definitely get evicted from the building. And that's another point about eviction that I want to get to at some point. But the point is, they're supposed to be kicked out of that building. But because we don't have no internet, coincidentally, they're still in there. In fact, they still think that they run that building when they don't. They think that they can control who comes in and out of that building when they don't. Your campus is in the backyard of that building. Go to the backyard like the little dog you are and go sit in the gigantic dog houses that you guys helped create. Go. Because who are you controlling? And I know it's not me. And I know it's not a whole lot of people. Everyone, every single person who has a lick of a brain cell, who has more than 10 brain cells, would know that the staff handle everything so poorly. Whether it be just problems, events, everything you can list, something bad has happened and it has always happened. Nothing goes correct. And that's just another thing. Oh, another thing? Bathrooms. Yeah, bathrooms. The things that we're supposed to be able to freely use throughout the day because, some people don't like holding in their piss in their shit. I'm sorry. Oh, potty mouth. But I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Guess what? Those portable bathrooms, you couldn't use them. The portable bathrooms inside the NPR 1 and 2, couldn't use them. All locked. Couldn't use them. That was like for the first 3 days. Sure, they got unlocked now, but still weird that was the first 3 days. You could go into the main building to go use the bathroom. But at some point through this week, they started denying kids to go use the bathroom inside the main building. Once again, who are you to tell me where I cannot and can go to take a piss? MF, I will pee on the floor right now. Test me. I'll do it. I have an extra pair of pants. I'll pee all over the floor. There'll be a yellow stain in the corner. Yeah, so that was the portables. Now, let's talk about another thing. Also, with the schedule video, I was 100% correct that they kept having the schedules over because they changed the schedules again from that previous video. Yeah, so that was great. A whole lot of people got a whole lot of changes. Matter of fact, one of the people who I'm friends with got their schedule changed so bad that they had to take a dual credit class and have to do it over Zoom. Now, I don't know if that's what it actually is, but they definitely had to take a dual credit class, or they had to take a split block, like 2 block classes. So that's great, forcing people to take classes that they don't want to take. Just another great thing about the school, right? Yeah. Let's see what else we got. The accelerator incident. Now, me and a friend of mine, all right, we have a free period. Free periods is something at the school, and keep those words in your head. The school offered us a free period. So you bet your sweet baby butt that we were like, oh, absolutely give me that free period. I didn't get my free period until Wednesday. And that free period, I was supposed to have that free period at the start of the school year. It's week 3. I got it on Wednesday of this week. Another thing with them just ignoring my request, my mother's request. Something I'm going to talk about too. Me and a friend of mine went into a teacher's room who wasn't on duty, which means they were also on an off period. Me and this friend were just going to sit in that room, talk a little bit, chat it up, talk about current issues, the political, economic state of the world right now. Draw. Because if you guys didn't know, the teacher is or was the former art teacher. And guess what we were doing? Art. I don't see a problem, but I bet that the school could definitely find one. And just for clearing up things right quick, when you are on a free period, and this is a quote from our assistant principal, who thinks she's the principal, but she's not. When you are on a free period, you are registered as a college student, which means you cannot be on a high school campus. Okay, that's fair. But those words will soon bite you in the butt. Because wait, in that class, there are 2 other students. Those 2 other students don't know where to go. They're supposed to be in a study hall. But the thing is, they're supposed to be in the NPR. It's just 2 students, originally was 3, that 3 being me, in the NPR, sitting there for 90 minutes doing absolutely diddly squat, right? And they didn't know where to go. In fact, you could hear on the radio that they were hunting down one of the students. The teacher lets in the student who's wandering around the place, doesn't know where he'd go because he's lost, because the school doesn't tell us anything, right? And the counselor, okay, finds me and my friend. I'm trying not to drop names. But she finds us. She tells us that we cannot be here. Which, okay, that's fair. That's what your assistant principal said, right? Okay. So we go into the ACC building, right? I said the school name. Ooh. Like everyone didn't already know. But we go into the building, right? And we're just like, okay, fine. Since we're college students, we'll just, on a free period, we'll just walk around, just doodle, go to the second floor and just talk up there. No, we go in the building, right? And we get directed to the learning lab. Now, that might not sound like a problem, but let me tell you where the problem actually lies. We are registered as college students right now, right? Who are you now to direct us where we get to go? Who even are you, bruh? I'm a college student right now. I don't know you. Would you tell a random college student to just go into the learning lab because you can't? Would you? You probably would, because you probably have an ego problem, and you just like hearing the sounds of your own voice, and you're like dictating. That's what you probably like to do. Who are you to tell us where we can go when we are on the college campus now as college students? You're a high school counselor. Go be a high school counselor. Go talk to the high schoolers. I'm not registered as a high schooler right now. Get on somewhere. I don't want you. Never did, never will. And I'm pretty sure no one else does too. I would call it your personal life as well, but I'm not going to go that far. But to people who know me outside of this video, I have, and I probably will in front of you. So, test me on that if you will. You definitely could. I don't care. If you really want to try me, we can go. We can go band for band. We can go M for M, as they put it. But, and this is the thing that my friend really make a good point. And this isn't the exact quote, but this is my interpretation. So what they said, the gist of what they said is, we are too much of adults, or too much of college students to be on a high school campus, or we're too much of college students to be children, but we're also too much of children to be college students or to be adults. Kind of like that like, so if you're this and this, then how can you be done and that? That's something along those lines. And that's a good point. That's a very good point. How can you say that we are adults, but when it's time for us to become adults, we turn into children, or you turn us into children? When things start to get serious and we become those adults that you keep praising us that we are, you treat us like children. Don't call us adults if you're going to continue to treat us like children. Don't treat us like children if you're going to call us adults. That's how that works. There's nothing more. It's that simple. They constantly do that every time. They glaze us and then they bash us. Always. This has been a thing for 3 years now, and it's not gotten better. In fact, I feel like it's gotten worse. Another topic is the admin. And I've already talked about them in the previous 2 little things. But the admin are a funny bunch of characters who should be, 1, placed in retirement homes because they are past their expiration date. And 2, definitely needs to learn what their jobs are and how to do them. This is a while back when we were learning about the portables, and this was like the 2nd week. The counselor told us, and it was a joke, but I'm not laughing at these jokes. I'm pretty sure no one is. Only she laughed at her own joke, which tells us who she is. But the thing is, she said around something around this was, I went ahead and put the correct classes where you're like you gotta go for college. So you guys should thank me for doing that, or like you're welcome. Woman, it's your job. I'm sorry you had to do your job. That's what you're supposed to do. Do your job. Also, let's talk about the other I don't know, is she a tech person? I don't know exactly what she does. I don't know what her purpose is. There's only one person on the admin team who I actually like, and it's the office lady. She doesn't I don't really have a problem with her. There would be no reason for me to have a problem with her. But everyone else, I do. Also, the principal, he's chill. But he doesn't really hold up on his end of the bargain, does he? I don't really think so. This is something. This goes with 2 points. This is 3A and 3C. One of the people. So let me give you the story. Last Friday. So um yeah, last Friday, my mom had to she works at a school, as most of the staff know, if not all of the staff knows that my mom works in the school district. All of them know is that she also works at the same rank, if not higher. I highly bet that is higher. I bet she gets paid more than them. She does more than them. Okay, I don't know what they do. I don't think I've seen them do anything. My mom works harder and does way more stuff than any of them will combined. That's just facts. I didn't want to ride the bus because you know what the fun fact about the bus that I rode the previous day is that I woke up not in a cold sweat, but a hot one. My entire back was drenched of sweat. Why? Because the AC wasn't on. I was burning in that bus like it was a sauna. So I, being logical and reasonable, didn't want to ride the bus. So I told my mom, could she pick me up? She said she couldn't pick me up till like 5, aroundish 5, but definitely after 4. And before this thing, I was annoyed. I was already annoyed. You're probably saying, Taryn, Daylight, what were you annoyed with? It's not like you're already annoyed as is. What could have possibly made you more annoyed? Well, I'll tell you what. My old Spanish teacher, right? Me and my girlfriend were sitting in the same chair, all right, watching Fantastic Four. This Spanish teacher has a serious and genuine problem with relationships in this school. All he does is bash on our relationship, and whether he says it in a joking way, there's a point to where it doesn't become a joke anymore. And quite frankly, I think that candle of it being a joke has burned out for me. He had told us to swap spot. He told us to move spots. Guess who he tells to move out the spot? He doesn't tell my girlfriend, he tells me. And this is a thing that even the girls at the school can agree with. The fact that every single time in every relationship, and it's not just here, it's everywhere, but mainly from what we've all seen, it is always the guy that has to take accountability. And there's no fault in that, but the fact that it's always the guy, it's always the guy. It's always me. It's always my friend. It's always, I don't know, just someone. But it's never the girl. And ladies, I'm just saying, it's not your fault. This guy is just like, brother, you're not getting any rankings. You're not getting XP from this. What are you doing? No, the ladies don't like it. First of all, you're 16, okay? You're like double, if not triple, their age. Second of all, and we don't like it. Why is it always me that has to take accountability? Always have to do the thing every single time. It is always me. Actually, and as a matter of fact, now that I'm realizing it, I'd rather for it to be me than my girlfriend, because of the way that they bash on you and throw you into the mud is so disgusting to me that I'd prefer for it to be me rather than her. And that's annoying. Because it now leads me to the other point that my relationship at this school with my girlfriend has always been targeted. Right there on the gigantic target, right on the white dot, my relationship is right in the dead center of it. Yeah, it is. Don't say it's not, because it is. Want me to tell you why? Because a couple days ago, and this is gonna get real personal, but I feel like I've known you guys for a long time now to where I can get personal now. I walk my girlfriend to school, like we go to the same school, so we walk together every day. It's about a 5 minute walk. Sometimes we get there before 9. Sometimes there was one time where we got there at 9. Doesn't mean we're late, because 9:05 is really when a class starts. There was a day where my mom had told me that the AP principal of the school had emailed her about how I get to school on time, but the fact that my girlfriend gets there late every single time. And you know what's funny about that? We pulled up our attendance thing. We've only been tardy for one day, and it's because it was a Monday, so it was a really groggy day. So she just didn't feel like getting out of bed. But we got there, but it was a bit late. So yeah, we'll take accountability for that. But she made it seem like we've been late every single day. We pulled up our attendance sheets. We haven't been absent or tardy at all except for that one groggy Monday, which was last week. Still getting used to the whole waking up at 6 a.m. every damn day. That is what happened. That is what happened. That is what, without a doubt, without a fact, 100% true. That's what happened. She made me think that we've been late, but we have not. And she keeps talking about this 3 absence rule, which I do not understand. Shut up. Shut up. For once in your annoying, freakishly human tall life, shut your mouth. She's trying whatever she can to somehow get our parents involved in everything, and it's not working because our parents talk. There is a problem with her and happiness. And don't say this, but I think it's because she's divorced. Don't tell anyone I said that. Shh. But I think that's the reason. I also think it's because she works in education as well. So she has to be miserable. But the funny thing is, we haven't been absent once at all. And on Friday, right? On Friday, these stickers. These are not really stickers, but these are star pimple patches because acne's coming in, and I'm still going through my teenage years. My girlfriend was trying to put these on my face where my pimples were, right? And the counselor was just blabbering, just going on a tangent about how we go from the NPR to the school, which doesn't make any sense to me, because then that means we have to go NPR inside portables to school. NPR portables school. Oh, it's just again and again, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a college class. Why do you have to keep going to the college? So, oh my God, I just made the connection. Oh my God. So we are college students at that time because, for example, I have eighth period. I have an eighth period college class, which means we're college students. We're on a college. We're on a high school campus, guys. Are y'all seeing where I'm going with this? Double standard. Double standard. It's only okay when they do it. That's fun. Okay. But anyways, so my girlfriend was trying to apply these pimple patches, and the counselor was going on a tangent. And you know what just makes me really mad? When people mess up other people's names that they've known for a long time now, right? I think that makes me angry more than probably the actual person, but that makes me angry. They messed up her name so many freaking times to where I was gonna actually correct them very, very loudly, and I caught myself too. But I said that she's trying to put these on my face. Hold on. Your whatever Japanese you got going on is no. My face is worth way more than the words that's coming out of your mouth right now. Shut up. Shut up. It's always a constant targeting of me and her every single time. They just hate relationships and they found that they can target mine. But when and this is corny, but when I become the bad guy, then that's when you want to start acting like a baby. Where does it make sense? You guys act so tough, but then when I do the same thing, y'all start screaming and shouting, and you guys start pointing fingers directly at me. And you know what's worse? It's the fact that I'm this and this. Oh, if you don't know what that means, I'm a black man, which is already two things that are really bad, especially in today's generation. I mean, of course, not more than it was way back when, but it's still pretty controversial, right? To be this. If I were to ever get aggressive or act out, either I would be dead, or placed behind bars, or suspended, or Leo, whichever one it was. Also, I did go to Leo because of a racial issue, and I was the one who was put in it. That's another fun fact about me. The fact that they target me in my relationship makes me mad. I would be happy, okay, if they only targeted me, but it is both of us, and she doesn't deserve it at all, not in the slightest. And there's a whole lot of other people out there at this school who also in relationships who also don't deserve it either. Yet we're always targeted. My bad that your relationship failed and now you're paying child support. My bad. I'm sorry. But I'm really not. Also on Friday, me and a friend of mine who used to drive me to my house, alright, after school, we were laughing about some dumb crap, okay? Just laughing about some dumb crap. The counselor singled me out. Just me. Just specifically me. Me and him are not that far apart from height. He's like 5'10". I'm like 6 foot. We are not that far apart from height. That is 2 inches right there. Not that far apart. I get singled out though, so that's great. I wonder why. If she has a grudge against me, then she can keep having a grudge against me. Because guess what? You can keep that metal pole just shoved up there. Okay, you can keep it up there. Okay? But I'm not letting you shove one up mine too. I'm not letting it happen. But go ahead and keep doing it, because when I actually get angry, when I do, and it definitely will, she's gonna be feeling a whole lot different to how I am right now. She is. She just is. But I feel like I went off on a tangent, and let me wrap right back around to that last Friday confrontation. So you guys remember about the Spanish teacher I told you about? Yeah. Now, rewind or zoom, fast forward. Yeah, fast forward. Couple minutes after. All right. My mom gets there. Right, and she's parked at the front. So me, my girlfriend, who were once again still watching Fantastic Four, we got up and we went to the front building. We went to the front. We went down the long hallway, and I, with my great freaking eyesight, I could see the entirety of the staff team. I could see the entirety of the staff team all in the main atrium of the building. Oh, that's just lovely. I already knew some shit was gonna happen. Already knew. I already knew it was going to happen. The lady, alright, who's like this tall, very wrinkly, alright, wears glasses, and she has a very high pitched voice like this. Right? She was asking me and my girlfriend, why are we still in the building? Why are we still here? And you know what my response was? It was very reasonable, logical at first. I told them, my mom came to pick me up. My mom works in the education, just like you guys. And y'all should all know that, if you are a person who works at the school, that you cannot leave that school until everyone else is out of that school. One thing when she said, and I'm going to talk about it here, is the fact that she said where we're supposed to be. The person who you work with, the Spanish teacher, told us to go wait where everyone else was. Okay, we waited where everyone else was. Now you're asking, why are we still here? First, it's the afternoon. We're in the middle of summer. Guess how hot it is outside. Just take a random guess. Oh, if you don't know, it's 105 degrees. Why would we wait outside? Hello? Especially for an hour, which is how long I had to wait for my mom, which I don't blame her. I told her that my mom had to come pick me up, and she was just working late and all that crap. And then she asked my girlfriend why she was still here. Okay. I was done with the pandering. I was done with the constant questions. I don't like when people ask me a lot of questions. I really don't. That's just a fun fact. I don't like it. Like, if you can figure out yourself, then don't ask me the question. I feel like that's just me. But I'm annoyed. So I told her that she was waiting for me. She was waiting for my mom to come pick me up so she could leave. Because she lives fairly close to the school. She could just walk. I don't live close to the school. I live in a whole different district. I'm still trying to figure out why she was still asking these questions. I told her that, and she asked again why she's still here, and then I was already fed up, and I said because she's a courteous person, because she is. She's a lovely girl, and I'm proud to call her my girlfriend. I just gotta say it. I just gotta say it. But it's true. She was like, "Oh, thank you for answering," because, well, I was supposed to answer the question, she was, but I was kind of done. She said, "Oh, thank you for answering," and I said in the most passive aggressive way, "You're welcome." As I forcefully opened the door and left. That's how I went. There's still a whole bunch of other things. There's still a couple left. So don't worry, guys. We're not gonna be here for a full hour. Don't worry. Hope you guys are enjoying this, because I'm angry, and I think y'all should be too, because I feel like I'm not the one who's tired of this. I definitely am. I know you guys are. Not saying let's do something about it, but let's do something about it, because I know we're all tired, and I know some of the teachers are tired of it too. I just know. Alright. Let's get back to it, shall we? And this is a little funny, comical one. I don't, and this right here, I don't know the full story. So take everything I say with a bit of grain of salt, but I'm gonna try to explain it the best way I can from what I've heard. My friend had got Chick-fil-A, and this is really short, but of course it was a long drawn out thing just about the staff and our AP. But my friend had got Chick-fil-A, and the AP principal was trying to phantom tax her. I mean, just full dead on take the Chick-fil-A from her. First of all, I know you big back. I know Chick-fil-A good and all, but like, brother, it ain't Cho's. It ain't Cho's at all. Why are you taking it? She tried to take it from her. That's really all I remember. But that's just another thing with the staff not letting us do, or not even letting us. It was her lunch. Why are you trying to take it from her? That's the part that I heard. Remember, that's like a grain of salt, but that's what I interpreted. That's what I heard. I just want to make that very clear. That might not be the full story. That might not even be the story, but that is what I heard. Okay. Already talked about the Wi-Fi. There's a couple more. Clubs. And this is also a very short one too. We were supposed to get clubs this week. Matter of fact, we were supposed to have the clubs that we want. We got the choice of clubs that we wanted last week. Okay? But a funny thing is, we were supposed to have the clubs on Wednesday. Right? She would schedule it, she would put the clubs in our schedules on Monday, and then we'd be able to do them on Wednesday. That didn't happen. Also, I'm pretty sure they're going to split me and my entire crew up because they can. And I'm pretty sure I won't have any clubs with my girlfriend because that's what they do. They're like, oh, they chose the same clubs? That's not happening. That's alright. That's alright. That's okay. Now we're going to get clubs. They told us that now we're going to get clubs next week. So that's 4 long, grueling weeks of no clubs. Also, the fact that they say that we have now cut down lunches from 3 lunches to 2. That's a lie, because it's still in the same way. Let me show you how this works. So, 25, 25, 25, right? It was like I was going to say a bar. 25 minutes, 25 minutes, 25 minutes. Right? Got it? Good. First lunch, 25. Second lunch, 25. First lunch, 25. 25. Second lunch, 25. I'm going to give y'all about 2 seconds to figure out where the problem is. Oh, wait, I'll tell you where the problem is. The problem is that doesn't make any sense. There are 3 25-minute periods, right? Those are advisories. Back in my freshman year, this is how the original first and second lunch went. Lunch, advisory, advisory. Advisory, lunch, advisory. And then for 3 lunches from last year, sophomore year, it was, of course, lunch, advisory, 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 lunch, advisory, 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 lunch. First of all, that's a bad system because people are going to starve, first of all. No one's going to wait an hour to eat their food. I mean, I do, but... And the second one is, that is not second lunch. That's third lunch, if y'all make the connection. Lunch, advisory, advisory. Lunch, advisory, advisory. Right? That's the first. That's first. Advisory, lunch, advisory. That's second from junior, or no, from sophomore and freshman year. Here's third lunch now. From also sophomore year. Advisory, lunch. What's the second lunch? What's second lunch? For now, advisory, lunch. What's happening in between that 25-minute period? Are y'all playing hide the zucchini? Playing, I don't know, Twister? What are y'all doing for those 25 minutes? Do y'all just sit there and do nothing for 25 minutes? What exactly do y'all do? What are y'all doing? That's another point. That's another point right there. But yeah, we are probably gonna get robbed. And sorry for all the shaking. I keep hitting my knee on this freaking little stand. But we're supposed to get clubs long time ago. Never gave it to us. They're giving it to us next week. Don't know how that's really gonna go because who knows? Who knows if they're ever gonna give us the clubs that we want? They never do. They never give us anything that we want. They never do. They never do. That's the funny thing. The final two things, and this is really a 2-in-1 thing. So here we go. This is an incident with the former art teacher. Hi, I know you guys are probably watching it, so hi. This is a lot. So, make a long story short until we catch up to today's present. Art teacher, she was the original art teacher, avid teacher, English teacher. That was our freshman year. Then removed English, so now she's just art avid. Okay? Thing about her is that she has a human soul. She is a human with a human heart, with human empathy. Which means that she connects with the students really well. She builds relationships. Unlike most of the teachers here and most of the staff here, who are just robotic aliens, skinwalkers, and several other characteristics that I cannot say on YouTube for just purposes. She built a relationship with us juniors. That's what she did. When things got tough, I found a place to go. And spoiler alert, it wasn't the counselor. It wasn't the principal. It wasn't any of those people in the office. It was her. And I will 100% bet that a whole lot of other people felt the exact same way too. That they could go to her because she actually felt like she was just a regular human just trying to do things like the rest of us, just trying to figure it out like the rest of us. They saw that she was building relationships with students like people are supposed to do, like teachers are supposed to do. And we had built that level of trust. And they tried to do everything in their power to break that trust. And the only way they could do it is by giving us no classes with her. They took, and I don't know if this is true, but for me, they took the one thing that she stands for, which is everything art. They took that from her. They took the thing that she is practically the queen of. She's the queen of avid, like she says. And they took that from her. Stole that from her. Everything that she did and built for us to take those steps, they destroyed that. Instead of her following us to our senior year, which is what it's supposed to be, they gave us, and guys, this is alleged, nothing of this is 100% true. But you know what they gave us instead? They gave us a facade. A person who didn't even make it through day one of her training. That is our avid teacher. That is the teacher who we have, rather than the person who's been doing this for over 10 years. That is funny. Real funny. It's great. It's great, you know. They dislike her so much because she has something that they don't, which is a human soul, a heart. Being a person who recognizes their flaws. And they don't like that. They don't like that she's trust. that she is a trustful person. They don't like that. No. Just remove everything. Just take it. Take it all. You know what some real funny coincidences are with her and the staff? The fact that she's placed right next to the office. This leads to another thing. I heard, and this is alleged. This is alleged. It's all alleged. It's all alleged. I heard from a couple voices that there are rodents in the portables. I predicted that. Everyone did. Nothing special. It's in the middle of a field, so of course there would be rodents. There are specific. There's a specific type of animal that, you know, raised for turtles, has a pinkish tail, big ears, also the face of Disney. Yeah, that creature. There are feces of it in her room. This is alleged. This is from what I heard. Her room. And this is alleged. I'm just letting y'all know this is alleged. But I heard that when she went to go tell the staff, the admin about this, and she showed them, one of them said, and this isn't a quote, but that's interesting. That's what she said. That's interesting. And left. She's stationed right next to the office. So my theory is that they have a whole bunch of food and it is attracting rodents and they somehow got to her room. And they don't care. Take that in. Take everything I said from the past hour. Take it all in. Because that is the reality. Remember what I said about things may not be being true? Most of this is. This box, this invisible box that I have, everything that is in here is 100% without a doubt true. It is. It just is. Everything in this box is true. I'll open it up for you. You can take a look. Oh my God. Everything in this box. That's true. That is the legacy of that school. More harm than good. That's what the school is. That's what they do. They ruin good things. And there are so many. And I mean so many other things that they have done that I cannot record right now at this current moment. But I'm telling you that everything that I have said that is being spread around, these are not rumors. These are not myths. They're not legends. They're not folklore. These are real things that are happening right now. We'd be better off if all of the admin team just left. I think we'd be better off. Maybe things would take a turn. But I'm telling you right now, we still have 10 months of this. It's only week 3, and there is this going on. All of this going on. Everything I have listed has gone on from the past 12 days of school. Weekends not counting. That's it. That's everything from this week. I bet you there'll be more. There's always more. I'll add it to the list. I will come back. I always come back. And I'll put it there. But that's it. That's everything. Because this is what our legacy is. This is what our true legacy is. It is constant failure and constant lies and constant rumors. Everything you see here. That's the message. Everything you see here is true. Everything you see here is true. I'm sorry, but that's the reality of it. I feel like I'm the one who's been able to build so much confidence to where I'm going to go out. I'm going to share this to several people who need to see this. Spread this. Because you bet your sweet baby bottom that if I had to take him to court, I'll do it. Try me. I want them to. But that's it for today's video. That's just everything I want to talk about. Of course, there's gonna be more. There's always more. And if you want me to talk about that too, I'll happily build more list of things to talk about. But I've been holding off for way too long. Hope you guys have a good day. Hug your friends, your family. And if you ever think about coming to the school, just know you're gonna be caught in a tornado of absolute hell. Because that's what this is. Alright. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye. Bye bye. Goodbye.